What going to, man? It's your boy J Smalls. I'm coming at y'all boys with another video, man. And today, as y'all can see, right into the Kevin Durant trade was crazier than we thought by AM Hoops. Now, how I found out KD got traded, bro? I was at church, bro, and in one of my group chats with my friends, somebody said they didn't even give up too much for KD. So I started panicking. I'm like, hold on, KD got traded. I gotta see where he went. I found out this brother went to the Houston Rockets. And basically, they exchanged him for Jalen Green. Because Dylan Brooks don't even really matter like that. Let's just all be honest. And them 5 second-round picks don't matter. So they just exchanged them. I ain't gonna lie. Houston ain't giving too much for Kevin Durant. Now, I would have wanted to see him on the Spurs. Well, apparently, the Suns are asking for too much. At that point, the trade they got, I would just trade them to the Spurs. They got like 25 shooting guards. And I didn't post my reaction on YouTube either because by the time I would have, it would have been too late. And yeah, I just didn't. But if you, yes, you man, did clicking on this video, I truly do appreciate you for watching. Feel I'm saying? I hope you're having a fantastic and incredible day. And shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, allowing me to be here, allowing y'all to be here, and just everything has done for us. Truly, thank you, Jesus. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the trade. Without further ado, let's do it.
The final Woj bomb of all time, just
before
wild, he retired, said
KD on
Houston
the
wants to trade for Kevin Durant. What? No wonder he retired. That is crazy. First of all, Rockets got a young core. KD is like a basketball dinosaur. And also, did they learn nothing from the Suns? Durant is not going to lift your franchise to a championship anymore. But Woj was right. The Rockets get Kevin Durant for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in 5 seconds.
I forgot. It was the number 10 pick too. Well, okay, that has some value. Dylan Brooks, whatever. He's still so they basically got a shooting guard, another shooting guard / small forward. Bro, what are the Suns trying to do? Have a lineup full of straight shooting guards? I know they're going to trade Jalen Green at some point, but
wow, that is cheap. Yeah, the Suns got number 10 back, but Houston kept by far the most valuable Suns picks in 2027 and 29. This changes everything.
Wait, hold on, wait, what?
Loves valuable Suns picks in 20. Yeah, the Suns got number 10 back, but Houston kept by far the most valuable Suns picks in 2027 and 29. Oh. This changes everything. I know one guy who loves it is Kevin Durant. Look at him and his agent's reaction when they thought nobody was watching. So how did this happen?
KD think he's slick. KD think he's slick. I ain't lie. I don't blame him, my brother. I would not want to go to Timberwolves either. The only two options if I'm Kevin Durant that are actually worthy to me is the Spurs and the Rockets. I would, especially when I see that trade, I would have thought that with another suit. Now, do I think the Rockets are going to win? No. But now, actually, from whence? I think the Rockets actually have a chance of winning the ring. Now, they're not going to win, but they actually have a pretty smooth chance. Because their best player was playing, I'm a Golden State Warriors fan. Then, brother, we went to 7 with the Rockets, and Jalen Green played butt for, like, every game in the series besides, like, maybe 1 or 2. So, you just exchanged him for Kevin Durant? Come on, bro. They're looking kind of nice.
As hard as it is to believe, because of all these rumors lately, KD was basically untouchable just a few months ago. The Suns have been trying to trade Bradley Beal for Jimmy Butler, but then out of nowhere, they went behind KD's back and tried to deal him to Golden State.
Yeah, he should have came to Golden State. I don't know what I mean, I ain't mad at it now.
Dude tried to be like, oh, just wasn't the right time.
Why not?
But we all know he just didn't want to play with Draymond Green again. But then he was officially on the trade market.
Dang it, Draymond. So, bro, why does my computer keep freezing? I'm sorry, y'all, bro. It like, this is like the 3rd time it did that, bro. I don't know what's going on. There we go.
And he was officially on the trade market. So why did Phoenix even want to get rid of KD? Is he causing trouble in the locker room? Was he a diva? No, it's because their owner's bad decisions forced them into some big move, and Durant was the only player with value that they were willing to trade. Like, when Matt Ishbia bought the Suns, he immediately wanted to make a big splash. So they dealt Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, and control of 5 first-round...
The Suns were nice. I feel like they had a chance of winning if Chris Paul did not get hurt. Now, we all know CP3 did get hurt, but I feel like they had a chance, though.
Picks for Kevin Durant. My goodness. What
wait, hold on. Let me see.
Pick.
Oh, yeah, they got fleeced. 5 first-round picks, and then your 2 probably best role players at the time. Yeah, they got fleeced.
For Kevin Durant.
Cotter was lucky hooping too.
Goodness. What a horrible decision.
Yeah, that owner, he got to go.
It was the new owner who forced them to trade that much. Then he goes and gets Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal was just pointless.
And before you know it,
you got two just pure raw straight bucket getters, and then you add Bradley Beal who just gets straight buckets. 3 just pure raw straight first team all buckets. That's what the Suns were. I don't know what he was thinking, but
he's screwed as an organization can
We
get.
could have made a better
They
trade
go
than
from
that.
NBA Finals in 2021 and then second round, get KD, losing the second round again, get Bradley Beal and swept in the first round. It's like the more All-Stars they get on their team, the worse they actually get. Oh, but last season, the most expensive team of all time, and they missed the playoffs. This team is so screwed, but that's a whole nother video. I mean, they got none of their own picks back in this trade.
Sun, bro. Let's talk about
when Houston had their picks, what a horrible return. And we will see why it took so little to get KD in a second. But one big reason was KD had control of where he ended up, right? Like, this wasn't a Blazers dealing Dame situation where they got to take the best offer. Because Durant only had...
I ain't tripping if I'm Dame. I'd rather go to the Bucks than probably any other team they sent me, so I ain't tripping.
You're left on his contract. So when the Timberwolves, for example, stepped up, KD said, no, sorry, I'm not going there. So a report said that Anthony Edwards loved KD, and they were willing to trade either Rudy Gobert or Julius Randle, plus Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, and the number 17 pick. But Durant shut it down. And you're not going to trade all
I wonder why he didn't want to go
for
there,
1 year of Kevin Durant when he is telling you, I will not re-sign. So his final wish list was the Spurs, Rockets, and
how would you... See, this is what I don't get. Why the heck do you want to go to the Miami Heat but not Timberwolves, bro? KD, what are you doing? You should have low-key flung the Warriors up in there, but we ain't even gonna talk about that. What is so good about the Miami Heat? You don't stand a chance in winning at that point. You're just going there because you probably just want to live in Miami or something. I don't know. You ain't going there to win no ball games. I know that for a fact. You, Hero, Bam Adebayo, bro. I ain't scaring nobody. Y'all in the East, the East is a little worse, but the East, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't winning the East. The Spurs and the Rockets are the only reasonable teams. The Timberwolves, Timberwolves could have been 5. Anthony Edwards and KD, I don't know. Maybe you just don't want to be in Minnesota. I mean, I kind of blame him. I wouldn't want to live there either.
Said that KD.
If I'm playing with the Timberwolves, baby.
Where'd San Antonio?
Am I tripping, y'all? Y'all let me know.
But the Spurs didn't bite. Why? Plugged-in reporter Don Harris says San Antonio did not believe KD was enough. Wemby is just 21 years old.
It depends on the offer. I'll give him that. Spurs are kind of smart,
so
though.
if KD wasn't going to win them a chip in the next 3 years, then what's the point? You're just going to spend all these valuable assets for a guy who gets you to the second round. So they were out. And what about...
Wait, hold on. I need to further hear that again. What did you just say?
25 to 30. Wemby is just 21 years old. And NBA...
My bad. I gotta hear this whole Spurs thing.
Why? Plugged-in reporter Don Harris says San Antonio did not believe KD was enough. Wemby is just 21 years old. An NBA player's prime is 25 to 32. So if KD wasn't going to win them a chip in the next 3 years, then what's the point? You're just going to spend all these valuable assets for a guy who gets you to the second.
Depending on the trade, I am 100% sure the Spurs are winning a ring with Evan Durant. Bro, De'Aaron Fox, whoever they got, whoever they just picked up, or Stephen Castle, or they should have kept them both, or hopefully they would have kept them both. Then you got, I think I already said Kevin Durant, if not Evan Durant. Who the heck is beating the Spurs? No. Do you know how cheating that is? Bro, that team is cheating. Bro, I think the Spurs had a chance to win the ring before they even got Kevin Durant with the team they had this year. Obviously, they got hurt, and the women got hurt and all that, so it went down the drain. I still thought they had a chance of winning. Imagine with Kevin Durant. Bro, what? Okay. Spurs are a very smart organization, one of the best organizations ever, obviously. That right there, but come on, bro. Let's all be serious here. That would have not been fair. I would have started raging. Nice, my computer froze again. Hold on, I got y'all, bro. Like, I just don't understand. Maybe, I don't know.
Spend these valuable assets for a guy who gets you to the second round. So they were out. And what about Miami? They just lost Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Miami, he's big.
Well, Shams reports they refused to include anything. I mean, they said no to Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Haywood Highsmith, the number 20 pick.
Haywood Highsmith, bro?
Any other draft asset?
Yo. No, just say, bro. Do you know how fast I'm shipping Haywood Highsmith out for Kevin Durant? That 20th pick can go. Nikola Jovic, has he even did any, bro? All these players right here, bro. I'm shipping out for Kevin Durant, bro. I'm sorry. You can call me crazy or stupid. I'm pretty sure anybody in their right mind. Jaime Jaquez is a tiny bit questionable, but I'm 95% sure. I'm 99% sure he's getting shipped out. All, bro. We talking about Kevin, bro. Why are they disrespecting KD, bro? They act like he's like Carmelo Anthony. He can only average 15, bro. We talking about Kevin Durant, bro. He can still go give you 25 a night, baby. All these guys are getting shipped, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm so sorry, yo, bro. I just don't get it. I think I turned this John up. Oh, I know why.
20 pick or any other draft assets.
So that means my pause is going to have to be
delayed. What do they expect to trade for KD?
Lucky.
Dwayne Wade's ugly statue? I mean, these NBA teams do not value KD as an elite NBA player anymore.
They don't.
But are they right? Can Durant make Houston a legit contender in the West?
Yes.
Well, let's look at what kind of player Kevin Durant even is at 37 years old.
Right.
This year, he scored 27 points per game, right on his career average. He had just 1 rebound fewer than normal, same assists, but even more efficient 5 years after an Achilles tear. What are these NBA teams thinking?
I don't know who they think
is actually showing.
Okay, this is my last post for real. These teams are acting like this is not Kevin Durant. If I'm the Timberwolves, if I'm some of these other teams, these young prospects, y'all not often, I ain't gonna lie. The Spurs, I kind of get between Stephon Castle and second round pick. They want to give either of them up, brother. Kevin Durant is built different. He's dang near like in his prime. He just like LeBron, no glaze. My brother has not dipped at all. Stephon Castle, bro. I'm sure they would have won a ring. I'm giving them up, and they're about to get Dylan Harper anyway, or reverse, whatever. Either they keep Stephon and get KD, or they just trade Stephon and get Dylan. They're about to have like 2 3-point guards regardless, or shooting guards, whatever you want to call it, baby. And I'm getting Kevin Durant, one of the greatest, if not the greatest scorer to ever touch a basketball, bro. These teams acting like KD Wash, bro. That's high. I'm not liking the Kevin Durant disrespect. I understand he like 36 or something. He don't play like a 36, so that's the thing. Stop disrespecting Kevin Durant, bro.
2 key areas, and you can't see it in those numbers, but his defense isn't close to what it used to be, and
that's true.
He doesn't get to the basket much anymore, and that might not sound like a big deal. I mean, it makes his game more one-dimensional, and it results in fewer free throws.
I mean, he's 7 foot. He can, especially to a women, he can shoot over anybody he wants to.
The dude is one of the best shot makers to ever live, and it turns out that's exactly what the Rockets were missing. Houston just got the number 2 seed last year with a young core
Houston had a lot of
built
people
around Alperen Sengun, Amin Thompson, and Fred VanVleet running point. Their superpower in the regular season was defense. Houston was the number 5 defense in the NBA, but an average offense.
Oh, the Hackers?
12. So
first team all hack? That team right there?
Oh, okay. Well, Jalen Green is now a Sun. He's a former number 2 overall pick, but the kid just never developed a consistent offensive game. Like, he could go off for 40 one night and then have 2 or 3 games in single digits.
Go off for 40 and then he dropped 5 points the next game.
He's like a huge stickler for defense.
I seen it firsthand.
Jalen Green
and his
for bad
defense is
defense. And in the playoffs, when they needed him the most, he ghosted. Kid had 38 points.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though. Somebody told me Jalen Green was gonna end up like this when he was back in high. Now he's not no bust. All right, he's not a bust. He's just not where he should be. Is what I'm saying, bro. Whenever I was watching Jalen Green in high school, I thought this brother was gonna be I thought he's gonna be like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander now. Now, not the free throw merchant part, but as in like the status he is, I thought that's what Jalen Green was going to be. I don't know why the heck they did this. My brother Jalen Green, the edits, bro, all the clips, all the buckets, the haymies, the posters, the everything, bro. I used to want to play exactly like Jalen Green, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I was little and he was in high school, I used to want to go crazy. And then now he just so inconsistent. Somebody would have told me this. I'm looking at them like they're stupid. Wait, hold on. So he only played 1 good game against the Warriors. Oh, he's disgusting. 8, 12, 11, 8, 9, and 7. Maybe that child support didn't help him, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever he started getting them kids, bro, we all remember that spur where that brother was going crazy. I guess that wore off for some, bro. He wasn't hooping. He wasn't hooping like this. Jalen Green, come on, bro.
But averaged
Hopefully he locks it
9
in, though.
points outside of that.
Nah,
And
but him
this
paying
is
his
a
bills is
dude
like
on
that's
the
like,
floor for his
I don't mess with
offense.
that, though.
I mean,
I ain't
8
gonna
points in a game 7 for a team that had James Harden for 8.5 years. They've seen that movie before. So Phoenix might tell themselves that they got a potential future All-Star, but I'll believe it when I see it. Now, losing Dillon Brooks hurts because he was a decent 3-and-D player.
No,
But the
he's
Rockets'
just a
secret
hacker,
weapon
bro.
was the Terror
Don't
Twins.
give him no
Amin
credit for
Thompson
no
and Tariq
defense,
Eason, they
baby.
are still on the team and
Ooh, I'm not
just
supposed to say that.
entering
My
their
bad, bro.
primes. So yes, on
bad,
paper, this was actually a great move for the Rockets in terms of fit and what they sent out. They dealt 2 players who aren't even a part of their core a bunch of seconds and the number 10 pick. They didn't even have to give Suns their own picks back outside of number 10. Oh, and number 10 pick, they didn't even have minutes for the number 3 pick last year, Reed Shepherd. So what were they going to do with the number 10
nice,
pick?
though. I ain't
Now,
gonna lie.
I was against them dealing major assets with Giannis potentially still out there. But this was not some big package. This was much less than anybody dreamed. So if another young star does become available down the line, Houston can still pounce. But I also kind of love this trade for Kevin Durant.
Yes.
I mean, not only is he tight with the coach,
And he's not that far. He's only like 4 hours away
but
from
the
me,
fit
so I
is
wanna go
almost
see some
perfect, right? Like
Kevin.
KD is now surrounded by plus
And I can go
defenders,
see him.
and the
Now,
ball
will
is
I-
in his
will I
hands
see him?
to
Probably
close
not, bro.
games,
Your boy, you know what I'm saying?
unquestioned. There's not some young dude who's jealous on this team that he's not getting the last shot. Last season proved that. They needed a
Oh, it froze again. I'm sorry, chat. Hold on, I got your boys. Oh, snap. Bro, pause the video, bastard. Dang. The video ain't want to pause. Well, I'll whoop you, boy. You don't want to pause that video. I'll do you some dirty.
talent level, but one reason he wasn't a perfect fit was the Rockets shooting. They are one of the worst three-point teams in the league. Not a concern with KD though. In fact, he's the solution. And as a
Yes.
number 2, Alfred
Everything, a
Şengün
lot of stuff
is
they
no
were
doubt
missing,
now with
bro.
Jalen Green out of the
The
way. And we
Kevin
saw a
Durant
big
is gonna
leap
something.
offensively from
I mean,
Amin
go to help
Thompson
that, I
last
should
year.
say.
So if he's their number
Feel
3
that, I
on
should be saying.
offense, I don't
Yeah.
hate it. Now my one nitpick is, who is this team's
I don't even know what that was.
leader?
Don't
Because
mind
you
me.
need that for a championship. We know that's not KD's thing. But the answer is going to have to be Coach Ime Udoka, which isn't normal.
Didn't
in
he
the
just get,
NBA,
like, a
but
5-year
it can
contract
happen if the
extension,
coach
bro?
is the right guy. But I wouldn't be surprised if it is now the Thunder, the Nuggets, and Houston battling for best in the West.
All right, bro. Where's Warriors at? See, and this is all right, bro. They from the shot out, bro. You all right? Okay.
But what
Alright,
does
bet.
this mean for
And
Giannis?
we finna get
I mean, we
Giannis,
thought
too, bro.
that
Trust.
Houston
We
was
homework.
all in
We
on
homework on the
him.
Warriors getting
But
Giannis,
maybe
bro.
they got some intel that the Greek Freak is staying
Alright.
in the
Well, he's finna advertise next video. If you did say this long to the end of the video, I truly do appreciate you for watching. From saying, y'all let me know how y'all feel about Kevin Durant to the Rockets and just all that in general. Hopefully, y'all can have a blessed and fantastic day in Jesus' name. But without further ado, see you young boys in the next man. Yeah.